Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on? While you see it your way, run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone.
Well, I'm sitting here eating some hot tamales. I like these, you know. Good candy. Old-fashioned. They've been around since I was a kid. They're like the original Jelly Bellies or whatever. I bought them actually to go on this train trip that I'm going to take at the end of the week. And once again, I'm going to try to go to Tyler, Texas. I'm going because Cap is going down to Texas. And Cap is coming all the way from California. So, I might as well go, right? These are addictive. Okay. I'm through with the tamales, having a cigarette. John's making me fresh coffee. I'm real nervous about going. I don't get out of my house. I'm a recluse, you know. I'm taking a train, and I had always wanted to take a train down to Texas because we had fought here in Oklahoma for a long time to even get the train back. And we have this beautiful Art Deco. I'll take some pictures of it. In fact, I'll probably do a whole picture thing next week about the trip if I can find a good song and, you know, something that's appropriate. But basically what's happening is that everybody that is part of the Chihuahua Emporium are in there, and not everyone, but a good group of us are all getting together, kind of a real life gathering, you know, down in Texas. And I was real bitchy at first because, you know, and people knew it was like, oh, you're such a bitch. I was like, you know, you're asking me to get out of my house, you know. You're asking me to get out of my hideout, and you expect me to be in a good mood. I don't know. I think if I just didn't care, you know, if I did not care that people, oh, I just want you to like me, you know. If I didn't care, really, I said, fuck you, you know, if you don't like me, then maybe I'd be at ease. But, you know, I feel old, ugly, fat, you know, all that shit, and I'm going down to meet people that I want to like me. And people like people on the basis of looks, and yeah. I had promised myself that I would say some things of substance, you know, when I finally showed my face again. But I really don't have anything of substance to say. I'm curious about the upcoming election. I don't see a Democrat or a Republican, either one, you know, coming to the fore. And, you know, next year's a presidential election year. So I don't know. You know, there's no fucking way I'm going to put Hillary in the White House. Of course, I'm a Republican. People don't know that. But I am. I'm a conservative. All that time, you know, you're talking about the Republicans and talking about conservatives and all that stuff. You're talking about me. Let's see. I'm also Christian. So every time you're cutting down Christians and making fun of Jesus Christ, you know, you're intolerant of my religion. Isn't that funny? And I just bite my lip, you know, because people do it, and they don't know what they do. You know, if I sat here and went, oh, the Buddha farts, you know, and some Buddhist, you know, would get all upset about it, you know. I thought it was hilarious that Isaac Hayes stopped doing South Park just because they made fun of Scientology. They've been making fun of Christianity all the time they've been on there, you know. But oh my, don't make fun of Scientology, for God's sake. Yeah. I am a Kabbalist, but I've been into the Kabbalah for, a long time. Long before Madonna found out about it, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe about 30 years, something like that. It's a form of, it's Judaic mysticism, dog. Hang on. Okay, so, what happens is that most people just, they make, because the majority of people who are mouthy and who are out there are generally they are the liberals and the Democrats and all that. They're out there, with their big mouths, and most people make the assumption that everyone out there agrees with them, about things. And I generally just, like most Republicans, just bite my lip and let them talk. They're not going to change my opinion, and they're not going to change my beliefs, because I'm pretty steadfast. I've been a Republican since I was 18 years old, so that's a good 30 years, 30 plus years. And if I begin to speak, I've found, and most Republicans have found this to be true, and if you watch, really watch the kind of crossfire shows or where they have a Democrat and a Republican speaking, the Republican will generally sit back, try to make his point, unless of course it's Ann Coulter or somebody who is really very vocal. But and she's far right as much as I don't know, one of the far leftist people that I don't listen to generally, Maxine Waters and that bitch that's in charge of the House of Representatives makes me cringe. But anyway, if you sit there and you watch one of those, and watch it with an open mind instead of your liberal mindset, try to hold back a little bit and really look, you'll see that 90% of the time the liberal person will just talk right over the Republican. Just, the Republican will not be able to get a word in edgewise. And another thing that will happen is that watch with an open mind, and you'll see that the Democrat, the liberal person, has a talking point, has one little thing that the Democratic Party or that their constituency wants them to get across and to say. It's like no matter what they ask you, make sure you say this at least once or twice, so we can get our point across. And you'll see they avoid questions entirely. It's like, wait a second, that has diddly squat to do with what was just asked. And rarely will they even answer the question because they've got a talking point, So, and the Republicans will make an attempt to answer the question and immediately, be screamed over. So I rarely even watch those because it's so frustrating. It's like, well, no wonder nobody even knows what Republicans stand for, because, they're listening to what Democrats say that we stand for. Another thing that the Democrats are real good at is personal destruction. The politics of personal destruction. And that'll happen. Watch real close. If you want to really have an open mind and really see, it's quite humorous, because they, instead of talking on the issues, they'll talk about the person. That's why there's so much hate for George Bush. It doesn't really have anything to do with George Bush. It doesn't have anything to do with the man. It's just that the Democrats have been so loud and so long. I mean, they've had now 8 years almost, of breeding hate, being hate mongers on the man. And so, of course, and are we surprised that Chavez has, apparently he can just say anything he wishes about the United States, and the Democrats are just buddy with old Chavez. Oh yeah, yeah, they're his friend. And Chavez wants the United States to be blown up just as much as like the radical extremist Muslim people, but the Democrats, the Democrats are probably going to end up handing over the United States to a bunch of weirdo extremists someplace because they just want to be so chummy and so tolerant of everybody. Let's all just give us all a big group hug. Come on, people. There is evil in the world, There is. Anyway, I did say something of substance. How about that? And that's all I'm going to say today. I appreciate everybody that's been listening to me and watching me and caring about me and worrying about me. And guess what? I may talk a little bit more this week because I'm going on a trip and I'm real nervous. Real nervous.